What's up YouTube? I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Welsh Way here with Aberystwyth Town. So we're at halfway stage through our, what is this now, 5th season? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5th season, wow. And we're just going to jump straight into this. So I don't think any transfers have happened since you last saw me. I'm pretty sure you know about both of these, but just in case you don't, Carl Oric is our backup keeper for the season. Got good potential on him, but, you know, not going to be our keeper. And Ross Perry is a backup striker that we've brought in. Pretty good target man. But again, we'll not feature too much this season because he is our backup player and I'm trying to develop other youth prospects at the side. We'll go through the outs because I don't really think I've gone through too many outs. So Leeds's gone to Bala on loan. Tristan Morgan, a right mid, has gone out on loan to Port Talbot. Stefan Lewis has gone to a non-league side. Jack Christopher has been released on a free. His contract expired. Charlie Hughes and Gary Poole have both gone out on loan to Athen Lido. Colin Smith has gone to Porthmadog on loan for the season. Alan Lewis has gone on loan for the season as well. You know about Reece Devlin, who I released after he gave away the penalty last game, because I feel that would cost us our third qualification round of the Champions League. And then Jamie Butler, Bonner, Jones and Lever all spoke out on the same day about their lack of first team football, and they're all here on non-contracted basis, so I just released them all on the spot. So those were the transfers, just to make sure I didn't miss any out. And we're going to go into the league table now, and we find ourselves after 16 games of the season, top of the table with 12 wins, 4 draws and 0 defeats. Pretty bog standard now, as you would expect. You know, still undefeated in the season like we were at this stage last season. Not scored as many goals this year as others in the league. In fact, we are only the third highest top goal scorers in the league. But defensively, we are still sound and we are still solid, and things are going great. So fixtures, we'll go into that. So you know about the Champions League and how we narrowly missed out on progressing through to the next round of the Champions League. So after we played Shrewsbury and Porto in big friendlies for money, and then a non-league team on the Welsh League just to raise morale after not exactly having the best of pre-season, we faced Keffin Drews to start the season, and we won 3-1. Very nice win indeed. And again, that was the same that followed against Port Talbot. But after that, we faced Bala for the first time this season, and we drew 0-0 with them at home. Disappointing game. Would have expected a lot more from the team, and especially the way we played, we deserved a lot more out of this game. But still, you know, Bala somehow put up a brave fight, you know, managed to hold us off for a majority of the game, and despite our dominance in possession and in the attacking half, we just couldn't find that breakthrough, and so Bala earned a draw and a very good point for them. Following that, we played Porthmadog 2-0 with McGuinness and Hislop both scoring in injury time to earn us a 2-0 win. That was very, very fortunate, the fact that we scored 2 in very quick succession, and in fact the scoreline is pretty unfair because they deserved the draw, Porthmadog. The fact they held us off for so long, but 2 injury time goals prevented them of that. Then we faced Carusses. I don't really know how to pronounce that. I still don't. Apologies there. We beat them 6-0. Eddie Hislop, Nigel Hamilton-Davis, Amrayadin Davis, and David Hislop getting on the score sheet. I think it's a David Hislop and Eddie Hislop, whatever. But a 6-0 win, very dominant performance. Then came our second draw of the season against Airbus UK, away from home. Airbus can be a difficult team at times. Sometimes I play them, I beat them a lot. Sometimes, you know, I beat them by quite a margin. Sometimes I play them and again, I get results like this where I draw. So we did take the lead with Hugh Griffiths after 9 minutes, but they fought back, they played pretty well, and they earned themselves a point with a 37th minute goal by McManus. You know, again, did we deserve to win? Probably not. We probably didn't do enough to, you know, say we comfortably deserved the win, and that is why we ended up walking away with only a point from this game. After that, we had a tough 1-0 win against Athen Lido. Faced Carusses for the second time this season in the Premier League Cup, with only 18 people turning up to watch Eddie Hislop score 2 and earn a 2-0 win against them, progressing us through to the next round of the Cup. Then we faced Bangor City, and it was another draw this time, 2-2. With a very, very late equaliser from Richard Blair, earning Bangor City a point, and a point I don't think they deserved. You know, in the other 2 games, they defended well, they put up a good fight. Bala probably didn't deserve the draw, but they got one. You know, we were wasteful going forward. But in this game, we managed to score 2 goals, and that should have been enough. Them 2 goals at 2-0, the game should have been dead and buried. But we let them get back in it. You know, at that point up to the game, they hadn't played well at all. They hadn't had a shot on target. But then we allowed them the ball. We allowed them to play a little bit for a little bit of spell, through short spells, and they managed to score with Sion Edwards and Richard Blair. So a point that we definitely shouldn't have walked away. You know, at least before when we drawn 0-0, we had a bad day up front. 1-1, again, not exactly doing well going forward with our defenders scoring. But in this game, we were doing well going forward and attacking, which we just fell asleep for the last 20 minutes or so. Moving on from that way, we beat Haverfordwest 4-0. David Hislop double from 2 penalties. Luke Edge and Chris Venables getting on the score sheet, earning us a comfortable 3 points. Then in the Premier League Cup quarterfinals, we had to go into extra time just to beat Port Talbot. So they took the lead in the 31st minute. We equalised with David Hislop. They took the lead yet again in the 40th minute. We equalised later on in the game with Eddie Hislop in the 67th minute. We then take the lead for the first time in the game, and I thought that was the game for us. We'd won it. But nope, they got one back 2 minutes later with a penalty, sloppy penalty to give away as well. And then Eddie Hislop stepped up in the 98th minute of extra time to score the winning goal of the game and preventing the game going to penalties. So, a game we deserve to win, and a game, you know, I'd love qualifying, I'd love getting through to the next round of the Cup, because I ideally want to try and win the treble this year. So, good to see that we, you know, had to fight hard and at least we earned a victory there. Then we faced TNS for the first time this season and beat them 2-1, away from home as well, and we dominated the game and we deserved the win. So, it was very rare we started to say that, and up to this point in the, you know, series, we rarely get to say that against TNS. That away from home to them, we dominated them. But we did in this game. We took the lead. Okay, they equalised pretty much straight after that, but David Hislop got the winning goal and earned us a very memorable 3 points against them. Following that, we beat Ryle 3-1. Bog standard win, as I would expect. Rimdulum, I think I pronounced that wrong. I don't know, maybe. Sounded about right. We beat them 2-0 in the Welsh Cup third round. Easy win. Beat Carmarthen 1-0. You know, made it hard on ourselves, only scoring 1 very late on in the game, but at least we picked up the 3 points. Beat Keffin Druids 4-2 with Ryden Davis and a Hislop hat-trick. Then we faced Bala for the second time this season, and of course if you were on the league table, Bala are currently second, so at this point in the season, not too long ago, I knew they were going to be title rivals. So to beat them 3-2 away from home is a great way to win the game. So we took the lead very, very early on. Hamilton Davis' first minute goal, but then Jack Christopher returned to the club and scored against us. So I was like, oh no, it's gonna be one of them days where Jack Christopher is the difference between the two teams. And he almost very nearly was. He scored in the 11th minute. He then took the lead in the 67th minute before David Hislop equalised pretty much straight after. Then Jack Christopher had an opportunity to win the game, but he missed it. And Sion Thomas, I think making his debut today, he might have been. No, but not making his debut, sorry. But Sion Thomas come on off the bench and scored an absolutely memorable goal to earn us all 3 points in a game that, you know, Jack Christopher pretty much was deciding. If he got one-on-one with your keeper, which he did on a few occasions, I pretty much felt that he was going to score every time. But up step, Sion Thomas scoring an absolute wonder goal to earn us all 3 points there. So good to see, you know, after they drew with us at home, we managed to pick up all 3 points against them at their place, and it definitely helped us in the title race. Then we faced Port Talbot, beat them 2-1 in the Welsh Premier League with a late goal from Eddie Hislop, earning us all 3 points. Beat Carrollers 2-0 with Ryden Davis, and then Nigel Hamilton Davis getting on the score sheet. Before drawing to Porthmadog quite recently, 1-1, and that was the last game of the update as well. It's injury time, goal, earned them the draw, and really we both played poor. It was a crap game to watch, you know, there's hardly any highlights and they earned themselves a point. And a point, you know, they probably didn't deserve, but they got a set piece, they took the opportunity, so they got the point they wanted. So, the season is going good guns. We are currently through to the Premier League Cup final. The Carmarthen game, I kind of skipped over that, was the Premier League semi-final. So TNS yet again will be the Premier League Cup final against us. I think it's been like that for the past 3 years now. For the past 3 years we've been in the Cup final for the past 4. So hopefully we'll win it this time, with TNS beating us on the past 2 occasions. We've got the Welsh Cup 4 for Ammo, who face Cardiff Metropolitan University. Yeah, so the league is going very, very well. Player stats, we're in pretty much all of them. Ryden Davis still dominating the assists. David Hislop doing pretty well on the goal scoring, but no one can really match Oswald, which is why Bala are doing so well in the league. Average match ratings, Hislop and Davis doing very, very well. But again, Oswald's doing almost amazingly, a little bit better. Award-wise, David Hislop has picked it up in October, Player of the Month. Manager of the Month, we've picked it up twice in the previous 2 months. And Team of the Month for last month, Whitehouse, Hamilton Davis, McGuinness, Fraser, Radin Davis, and David Hislop all getting Player of the Month there. So, we've had another bog standard start of the season for us now, which is dominant, sheer control, pure destroying the league. It's just a shame that I can't turn professional, and I kind of want to bring this up now. I always look to try and become a professional team, and this is what I get. Professional status is unavailable to be clicked, and it says the club cannot afford to turn professional. And what I've decided is I've currently got a youth facility trying to be built at the end of the season, so I'll upgrade that. And then what I'll do from this point on is never spend the money I earn in the Champions League or Europe. I'll always try and, save off and, just try and save up my money to see if I can get to a stage where they say, yeah, we have enough money in the reserves that we could go professional, and we will try and fund a professional team, because that's really what I want to be. And I think if we'd have got through to the third qualifying round of the Champions League, got knocked out there, gone on to the Europa League, it would have helped us out massively to try and achieve that goal. But sadly, a foolish penalty being given away has preventing us from getting that. But still, we have to be optimistic, and hopefully next season, if we can win this league again, we'll be able to get progress past that stage. So I think this is it for now. Again, like I said, pretty bog standard for what we expect now in the Champions League. In the league, sorry. Players are playing well for us. A few I'm kind of disappointed in. I'd like them to pick up their performances, but they're not playing terrible. It's just that I've got high expectations now, considering we're a dominant team in the league. So this will be it for now. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give it a like, and until next time, guys, peace out.